Here's Sigurd of Chalfie.
I am Sigurd of House Chalfie.
Avid Fire Emblem fans may know him for giving the really good Engage skill. But you may be shocked to find he actually stars as the protagonist of his very own video game, Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, where he's often lauded as being not only the strongest character from that game, but among the strongest in the entire series. That is a lot of characters to be better than. He's so powerful, in fact, that even GameFAQs guides from 2002, a time where the highest quality FE4 translation looked like this, described him as pretty damn powerful, which, considering his, pre-promotedness, is quite high praise. As a reference, this Fire Emblem 7 guide from 2004 ranks Marcus as a 3 out of 10 unit, Bartray 9 out of 10, Rebecca 10 out of 10. A flawless unit. But what is it about him that makes him so good? Well, to answer that question, we first have to talk about this little guy. Maps in Genealogy are huge. You're oftentimes traversing entire countries in a single chapter. There are no scooters or cars or skateboards in this world, so to get around fast, a unit needs a high movement stat, which mounted classes provide. Even better if you're not flying, as you'll be able to benefit from this game's unique road tiles, which give a slight movement boost to grounded units. Take the start of Chapter 2 as an example. Our first objective is to reach Lachesis' castle, to defend her from Elliot's attack. Ensuring the survival of these Cross-Knight soldiers awards the player with the powerful Knight Ring, which gives the Canto skill to any infantry unit, of which you'll have a lot. It's also in your interest to protect and recruit Lachesis, as when she's raised, she's, good. Sigurd and his fellow horsies take 3 turns to reinforce, and when they do, they have many options on who to attack, where to attack from, and where to reposition afterward to better protect the allied units. A 6-move unit like Era, on the other hand, can't attack until turn 6, where there's a good chance that at least one Cross-Knight will have died, leaving Lachesis wide open to be attacked and killed. And God forbid somebody with 5 moves try to reach her in time, like Azal. Or... Back to Sigurd for a second. His horse is also tricked out with possibly the strongest version of Canto in the series. Canto, if you remember, is the hidden skill exclusive to mounted units that enable further movement after certain actions, such as trading or rescuing. Crucially, however, in FE4, attacking, and using a staff, but Sigurd can't do that, triggers Canto as well, enabling many more options for mounted units. You can advance forward to be closer to the enemy's castle, you can retreat to safety behind allies, you can attack then equip a new weapon, you can even set up for a 4-man dance, which, yeah, that's in this game too. The possibilities are endless. You can even turn off animations. That's not very useful so far though. Okay, sure, movement is good and all, but what can Sigurd do when he actually reaches enemies? Well, I'm glad you asked. He joins in the first chapter of the game with some of the strongest base stats in the game, possessing enough speed to double just about everything, and enough HP, strength and defense to muscle past Genealogy's many armies. He's kind of like his own Jagan. Except, fuck it, give him good growth as well. That's just the holy blood difference. In fact, he one-ups modern day Jagans by not having his XP gain nerfed, despite being much stronger than the enemy. Fun fact, scaling experience gain with the unit strength was introduced in this game's sequel, Thracia 776, or midquel. Is that a thing? His base stats are really only matched by another promoted ally, Quan, although what separates him from Sigurd are 2 important qualities, swords and pursuit. It's an open secret. In Genealogy, swords are king. In more modern games, axes and lances tend to be the more favored weapon type thanks to their higher might and 1-2 range options. But things are a bit different here in Yggdrasil. The developers thought it'd be a very funny prank to make just about every lance and axe weapon in this game weigh tons. And with no constitution stat to offset this weight, a heavy weapon severely cuts into your unit's attack speed. For example, Sigurd's steel sword weighs him down by just 3 units, I guess. Kilograms? I don't know. His heavier iron lance though subtracts his speed to 0, but he's still able to double these axe users as their iron axe weighs him down by 18 points. This is the second to lightest axe in the game, by the way. In the prologue, Sigurd earns his silver sword from this friendly looking gentleman. Being a descendant of the legendary crusader Balder, Sigurd has inherited his skill with swords and can use every sword in the game at base, including this powerful silver sword. This also includes the many 1-2 range swords in this game like the lightning sword and the light brand. Later on he'll also acquire his birthright, the holy sword Turfing. Its 30 might and plus 20 resistance bonus makes Sigurd almost infallible in battle. To think he could grow even stronger. Okay folks, now introducing the pursuit skill. Oh, this guy's great, look what it can do. Great, right? Wait, what do you mean you don't get it? Okay, let me explain. Ordinarily, to double attack in Fire Emblem you need around 4 or 5 more speed than the enemy, after which you'll automatically attack the enemy twice. For some reason in this game they decided to lock this behind the skill, and in an epic troll move chose not to give it to everyone. Yeah, sorry Lex, no doubling for you. Sigurd can though. In fact, he's one of the limited number of units that combine mounted movement, pursuit, and sword access in one. A powerful yet rare combination of traits to have in this game. Incidentally, he's also the game's best boss killer. That kinda follows when you're the strongest unit after all. Said bosses commonly drop items too, such as stat enhancing rings or valuable weapons. Since he has the best movement, Sigurd also makes the best use out of these powerful tools, making him grow stronger, which means he'll kill more bosses, which means he'll get more items, which means he'll grow stronger. Yeah, you get the idea. It's a very cyclical thing. Speaking of bosses, in this game when the main lord seizes a castle, all enemies tied to that castle vanish into nothingness, never to be seen again. Being able to wipe away an entire army certainly has its benefits. And there you have it. Turns out he's not all looks, Sigurd's quite strong too. Although he does have a rather large weakness in that he tends to fall off extremely hard around the halfway point of the game. Come on. I had to. Don't tell me you didn't see it coming.